All right, so let's dive into these sentences and try to think about how the connection is going to work if we had simple words, right? These transitions are kind of big, but we have other words that we use all the time that could fit in these cases. So small flat structures called spatules are found at the tips of the hairs on a spider's leg. These spatulae temporarily bond with the atoms of whatever they touch. Spiders are able to cling to and climb almost any surface. This feels like a so, right? They bond with whatever they touch, so the spiders can climb things, right? So is obviously not gonna be our answer, but this is how I think about these, is let's use some normal, kind of easy, common transition words and then compare them to the more complicated ones that they give us. So for instance, is more of an example, right? Now, the second thing is not an example of the first thing. These are kind of two separate points about how this works. So that just feels wrong. Maybe leave that in and see if there's something better. However is definitely wrong, right? However is another version of the word but. There's no contrast here, so that doesn't make any sense. Similarly is kind of a different version of the word and or also, right? I mean, obviously you know what it means for something to be similar to something else, but this is not a comparison. Again, these are separate points. They're not kind of like making an analogy of any kind, so that doesn't make sense. And as a result, well, a result is kind of a because, and so is a because kind of word. So that fits, and that's how I would define it. And this is why having short, simple definitions of most of the transition words is so effective, is because then you don't have to listen to what sounds good using the weird word that you probably don't see very often in your own life. Instead, we use the words that we are comfortable with, and then we kind of just match them up. So as always on the reading and section here, we're going to try to dumb things down so that our brain can handle them. There's nothing wrong with dumbing it down. And one way in the transition questions is just kind of have simpler words that we are ready to use instead of the ones that they give us.